One Piece Pirates Carnival!
Hello YouTubers! How many of you like One Piece? How many of you like Mario Party? Of all the Mario Party ripoffs I've seen and played, I would say this is one of the best that I have played back in the day when I was first playing the PS2 and GameCube. Here you play as one of the 7 Strawhat Pirates, each with their own unique minigames. Yeah, I like to see Nintendo come up with different minigames for each of its playable characters, but I'll talk more about them in a bit.
Yes! My crew will be #1! So Nami, how do I do that? Listen up! The one with the most panels wins! That's it! I get it, yeah!
After picking your character, you select a map, after unlocking them of course, to play on. Depending on how long you want to play against other players or the computers, the maps are all different with different amounts of panels and layouts. For example, for a quick game, you pick the 3rd East Blue map. As stated by Nami, the player with the most panels wins, but the amount of money that you get from winning minigames also plays a role in winning the overall game. So in other words, the panels and treasure earned are basically what the coins and stars in Mario Party are.
Alright! I'm gonna round up a great crew! I'll be king of the pirates!
The game starts with the middle panel, which is always a minigame panel. The first minigames are selected before you know what they are, and every minigame panel after that gives you 3 minigames to choose from. Much like the minigames in Mario Party, they fall under strategy, skill, and luck-based minigames. Unlike Mario Party, however, minigames appear depending on the panels players select, instead of playing a minigame per turn. While minigames are chosen randomly, players can pick between the 3 minigames instead of randomly selected for you, whether you like them or not. And you can bet I always choose the minigames that fall under the skill and strategy-based minigames, as you'll see in a minute. And because I have the most fun in minigames anyway, I'm glad it's set up this way to where I don't have to wait before all players make their moves before moving on to the next minigame in that turn. That's not to say the board is no fun, with panels hidden until you select them is fun in and of itself, as you won't know how the game will play out. It's just as simple as that. Whether you're playing these minigames for the first time, or it's been a while, you're not going to be good with any given minigame. There were certain minigames where I killed the most a few years back that somehow managed to trip me up this time around. I like how in Mario Party you have the option to practice the minigame just to see how it plays out, kinda like getting a feel for it. Like Mario Party, you do get instructions on how to play each minigame, but unfortunately, One Piece Pirates Carnival doesn't have the option for you to practice any given minigame. So basically, you're just playing and hoping you'll get the feel for how the game plays as you go along. Of course, you could always practice certain mini-games sometime later, especially the ones you might enjoy playing the most. My particular favorite normal mini-games are Going Marine Shooting Gallery, Pirates Concentration, Supersonic Ledge Race, and Where is Panda Man? Not only because I'm unbeatable in those games, but they're the ones I've played the most, whether I picked them or the computer players picked them. Because I played them the most, I've gotten the most practice out of them. Every once in a while I do pick minigames to give my opponents a chance, like Sunken Treasure Salvage and Ship Battle Royale. On the other hand, my least favorite minigames are The Great Smoke Escape, Yuba Sand Dig Out, and Kung Fu Dugon Punch Out, as they are all luck-based. I swear more than half the time I've played these 3 minigames, I've lost. But thankfully in my case I don't play them very often. But when I do, I just have to run with it and hope for the best.
Big winner!
Other minigames I come across are the captain minigames. Depending on the captain in question, I could enjoy both sides of the coin, despite the captain having the overall advantage. Most of the captains I played as, when I happen to pick the captain card, are really fun to play as. Kinda funny that even after you unlock the later boards, you can play as the later captains in the East Blue and Grand Line maps. For example, it's possible to play as Crocodile on the East Blue map, or Enel on the Grand Line map. Because I don't play certain captain minigames very often, my odds of winning are pretty much 50-50. This is where practicing minigames could have benefited players, because unless you can react by reflex, you could lose the minigame within the first 10 seconds or so. And the same goes for the Straw Hat minigames, but more on that in a minute. Depending on the minigame, the captain either has to beat the other Strawhat Pirates, earn the most points, or simply wait until the timer runs out. Most minigames involving the captain tends to end one way or another in such a short period of time, quick enough to where the timer on the top center might as well not even exist. After winning the minigame, its second card is automatically uncovered and owned. Not sure why the captain minigame needed to be doubled, especially at times where they're right next to each other.
I feel good!
Now for the Straw Hat minigames. Oh boy, I don't know where to start with this one. Whenever players pick up a Davy Back Fight panel, they have to pick another panel from a Straw Hat. I'm just going to go ahead and say right now that most of their minigames are broken. Luffy and Zoro are almost never beaten in their minigames. Nami, Sanji, and Chopper's minigames are pretty chaotic to where anything could happen. And Usopp and Robin's minigames are possible to win if you're not playing as them. To beat Luffy, you must survive 5 rounds of his Gum Gum Fruit, knock Zoro out of the ring after hitting him 5 times without getting wrung out yourself, touch Nami 3 times before she gets to the Going Merry, pick one of 3 doors to collect 6 million berries from Usopp without him shooting you 3 times within 8 waves. Catch any of the dishes Sanji throws across the kitchen and serve them 3 times. Get the pirate flag away from Chopper, as well as the other Straw Hats, and wave it around long enough. And collect 1 million berries without Robin breaking all of your bones, and before Robin finishes deciphering those poneglyphs. If I had to pick my favorite minigame from the Straw Hats, it would have to be Luffy and Robin's, at least while I'm playing as them. Since it's possible to take the panels that are wagered, I'm kinda shocked you can't take any of the panels of those who challenged you. Oh, and there's one more type of minigame that needs to be talked about.
1, 2, Django! I know it's sudden, but stop! First and third places form the red team. Second and fourth places form the blue team. Now compete!
The halftime minigames. Once half the panels are uncovered and owned by the Straw Hats, this event happens. There are 3 halftime minigames: Pirate Dodgeball, Pirate Basketball, and Pirate Boat Race. It's a nice way to give players a chance to get to first place, but if I were to remove one of these, it would be the boat race. The other minigames are fun, but the controls feel awkward on the boat race, and it's possible to get a draw where nobody can win the special prize money. I've even practiced quite a bit and just can't seem to get my bearings on the boat race. It's possible to get a draw in Pirate Basketball, but in all the times I've played, I've won. Best one is Pirate Dodgeball, only because there is no time limit. Once you play the minigames on any given board, you can go back and play minigames in versus mode. Maybe practice minigames for the next board game. You also get event panels, sometimes giving you extra money or taking some of your money, depending on the card. And there are panels that give you an edge, whether Vivi gives you another turn, Ace and Shanks taking panels from other Straw Hats, Laboon and Lopan protecting your panels, or Mihawk destroying one of your panels. Any event can also happen before you pick up any event panels, where panels can be switched or destroyed. The Navy, the Marines, takes half of your earned money, or if one of your captains revolts and leaves your crew. It's rare, but at that point their minigames are suddenly impossible. And no, it's not my wounded pride talking. Their minigames are actually impossible. The difficulty is spiked to the point where you might as well let the captain win so you can possibly get him back later. If you find that hard to believe, just take a look at this gameplay right here. As if that wasn't bad enough, there's an option to have all 4 players go up against the captain in versus mode. I'm sure you can eventually beat the captain in 4 versus the captain, but I'm sure you'll go through a ton of losses before you finally get that one victory against your rebellious captain.
I am the master!
After all the panels are uncovered and owned on any board, the game ends there. And just like Mario Party, I promise this will be the last time I mention Mario Party, you get rewards based on how well you did in the game. Players are ranked based on how many panels they have and how much money they have overall. Hell, you even earn some money just for losing most of the minigames. Strange, but I guess you gotta give the losing players some credit for their hard work, even if the first place players pretty much excelled at everything else. Not to sound too braggy, but this is how well the first place player did based on these rewards here. Each of the Straw Hats has different reactions based on where they ranked. It can be pretty funny and a good incentive to replay this game just to hear all of their comments, especially if they rank in last place. All in all, One Piece Pirates Carnival is one of my favorite games. Doesn't quite beat out One Piece Grand Adventure or One Piece World Seeker as they have more action to them, but it's definitely a lot of fun, more so than any other Mario Party ripoff out there. If you're a fan of Mario Party or One Piece, or coincidentally a fan of both like I am, I recommend giving this game a whirl if you can. Just don't let the 4Kids cast get in the way of your enjoyment of playing this game.
Okay, time to eat! Food! Meat! Food! Meat!
That is all I have to say for now, so until next time, YouTubers, game on!